It's over there.
The box is far away. We saw Lafftrack.
Spelled Lafftrack.
Yeah.
Just saying.
This is, like, the last one was Jeff Hirschfield's episode. This is Lex Jiggeroff, so it was Lex being silly. Not the show Lex, the writer. The show wasn't named after the writer, and the writer wasn't named after the show. It was just a coincidence.
Yeah. But you've seen it before. You've seen so many iterations of it before. I'll summarize. So basically, there's this two guys having a dogfight shootout. And they're like, our race will cry because I'm the last living one and I'll kill you. No, I'm the last living one and I'll kill you. Your ratings were fake. No, you.
You guys were dull. You guys faked ratings because you were no culture. You were boring. We had drama. Because they had a war over TV ratings. I could totally see that happening at some point.
So centuries later, they're skeletons. And the signal's still broadcasting out. And of course, the Lex intercepts it. And so I was like, we should totally check this out. And Stanley, who's become... Would you say he's become genre savvy?
Genre savvy.
Like a little genre savvy. He's like...
He's genre savvy, but in the end, he's like, everyone else has gone away. Okay, the episode's going to be really boring if I don't do something too, so then he just goes in as well.
Yeah, so he's like, this is probably going to be a trap. And she's like, no, come on, it'll be awesome. So the three of them go down, again, leaving Kai, frozen in stasis on the ship, because that hasn't been bad for them any other time in the last, 5 episodes.
Although they finally worked out that, Kai's just going to wake up and be like a plot device to rescue them, so
now he's like apparently hooked right into the Lex, so he can be woken on command when the plot determines it.
Yeah, you don't actually need a reason. It's like, oh, this time of the episode's come. I'm going to wake up.
Go, Brunanji.
Kai's okay with that.
Yeah. Well, because he has no emotions, because he's dead. He's like, I'm your...
Well, this whole episode was like playing on tropes of television of different genres, so they could have just been playing with the Lex tropes as well.
So basically, they get to be in a TV show and things and stuff, and this isn't obviously a trap. So the TV shows are staffed by androids, and
it's a killer role-playing game.
Yeah, and so Zev ends up in one called Boy School, where I'm not even sure what the point of it was supposed to be, but like the sexier she acts, the more laughs she gets from the studio audience, so her ratings are higher. And so 790 ends up in a talk show.
And
just really great.
Here's your new guest, because all these robots and 790 just screaming, Zev, 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 Zev.
Thank you, it's great to be on your show.
Zev!
Stop that.
No.
I know. I had to listen to Zev being screamed at on the show. I don't want it in my real life too. And then so Stan ends up in basically a Three's Company kind of knockoff.
Yeah.
Called Girl Time or something. Is it Girl Time? And they're like, oh no, we are two hot German accented women. Oh no, it is our landlord. Will you be our new roommate? And he floods.
The two women did passably bad American accents in other characters.
Yeah.
So why didn't they do the American accents on that one?
And not, I don't know. And then so his ratings suck, so he gets put in what it was called Heartbreak Hospital.
Yeah,
like a general hospital kind of one, and
yeah, he's sleeping with his patients, and his wife comes.
And it's really
drunk.
interesting. One of the patients is wearing a hot pink wig, but you can totally see her hair underneath it. And then he fails that, and he gets cast in a children's show, and that's really great. And he's like, I'm sick of this, and he kick punts one of the children, and
he decapitates them with his foot.
Because it's an android, but the thing is that it's really disconcerting for a second because the children are played by actual children actors, moving robotically with the sound foleyed in. But so you're not expecting him to just because it's done with a back shot, so it's obviously a mannequin that he kicks the head off of. But you're like, fuck, for a second. And so so then he gets canceled. He gets sent to the specialty show, which is basically being decapitated, being shocked into stupor, and then with a ray gun, and then being decapitated. And your head is part of the studio audience, forever.
Yeah, it looks like there's some sort of life support machine there, and then you have to watch all these other shows, and then you decide how well the other people are doing, whether to kill them or not.
The thing is that this...
It's such a dark idea.
Are those heads left just laughing at androids for the whole entire other time?
They're just
because there's no one...
insane.
Yeah, there's no one, occasionally comes by to their system. But it reminded me very much of Greatest Show in the Galaxy, that episode of Doctor Who, where there was the audience with the glowing eyes who were just eating crisps and popcorn all the time, and Mummy, it's not funny. And so I was thinking about that. So Kai wakes up, because of course he does, and there's this really great... He just walks through all the shows, And he goes to the kids show.
Well, he goes through all of them. At the start, he's the first thing he says when he enters his first show is "Where's Stanley Tweedle?" So for the rest of the time, they constantly refer to him as "Where's Stanley Tweedle?" as his name, and he just doesn't play along.
Yeah, and there's a part where he comes in the kids show, and the clown's like, "Do you like balloons, or do you like making a boom boom in your diaper? Ha ha ha!" And then he goes, "Actually, I remember having quite a fondness for balloons." What? And he bounces off and just walks away.
And he goes
That
through
was
the general hospital type thing, and he leaves his wife to kill his girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's like, "I am not sentimental."
It was so wonderful. So then he saves Stanley at the last second, but he gets decapitated and his body drops down, which is fine because he can remotely control it to some extent. He's Kai. And 790 gets decapitated, but nothing happens. His head's just sent up the thing.
Well, they put him in a quiz show, and he still screams, "Zev, Zev, 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 Zev."
So
The answer is never Zev.
yeah, so then Stanley goes back the way back through all of them and actually gets really high ratings just being an asshole.
Yeah,
Finds
killing
Kai's
people,
body.
but it's like breaking balloons and shoving them in the clown's face. What was it? What did he do with his wife? Oh yeah, he beheaded her, and because she was wearing Kai's body.
He's like, Kai's like, "I really loved you for your body." So then he takes Kai's body and he's like, "Eagle Claw, scream!" to save Zev from being decapitated.
Because Zev was getting really high ratings in her shows.
And she started like being all honest about like her time as being in wife's school.
And then she gets angsty, and then she's just like, "I don't give a shit anymore."
Starts crying and everything.
And then they stick her in this earthly shows with this, so they rescue her.
Yeah.
And okay, and then they just escape, and
they go back and they get 790 and they put Kai's head back on his body, and they're in this room that's kind of like a panopticon of heads, just kind of laughing and mumbling, and they're like, "Well," and then they leave.
It's the Lexx universe, but
they don't even blow up the planet.
They don't even discuss blowing up the planet, which is weird.
Yeah.
But
so no planets got blown up.
I suppose it was a case of we can't think of a logical reason of why they wouldn't blow up the planet, so let's just not do that so Mantrid Arms can destroy them.
Yeah, because of course Mantrid Arms comes at the end.
Although,
cloud of arms.
One of the wonderful things in this is you got 5 parts played by Jeffrey Hirschfield. I have not seen a show, like a 45-minute drama show, where the writer plays 5 separate speaking parts. Never.
Maybe they were writing for extras.
No, he's an actor as well. He did the body of his divine shadow.
Oh yeah, that's right.
In the first season, and well, the first episode because he got killed. But so he was an actor as well. He just didn't do much acting. But it was wonderful seeing that. I love Lexx Appeal. He was wonderful, and watching this again, how I really wish he could have worked on New Who. This is sort of like a Graham Williams era classic Who, sort of tone to it, but modernized and a little bit darker
and tropey. I wonder is there like a whole entire squadron of the TV Tropes website just devoted to the show? Because probably there is.
Possibly.
I don't go on that website because I don't really understand how people talk there. Like instead of using like
they have their own jargon.
Yeah, like something common like a Deus Ex Machina, they would probably say it some weird way.
Well, genre savvy is a TV Tropes term.
Yeah, but like that also makes sense in regular words too. But like, there's a TV Tropes page for me. I'm not sure why, but whatever.
Yes, there is.
So I went on it one time and I was like, I don't know what any of this means, and I had to click on it and read the description. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. What? Like there was one people like it said people were having trees over this. And I was like,
epileptic trees.
Having trees.
Epileptic
like babies,
trees.
like birthing, like the happening to birthing trees.
No. Epileptic trees.
This is the international sign for birthing trees.
It's been renamed wild mass guessing to make it less easy to.
But
it's
exactly,
easier to
it's a
understand.
whole other language. I mean, if you know, write the show.
It's a reference to something else, and I can't remember what it's a reference to. But it was this idea that someone had that the trees were epileptic, and so it was just like a completely random, insane guess about what's going on. And so they're like, epileptic trees. So we'll use this.
Right, so that's why I don't understand TV tropes. Like otherwise, I would understand it, but
that's use it as a trope. But now it's wild mass guessing, which makes much more sense. It's just basically random.
You're
fucking
one of them, aren't
ideas.
you? You're on that website. You read them for hours.
I like TV tropes. I go to the forum occasionally. I don't write files or anything on it.
I knew it. But yeah, so that was that. It was a good episode, I guess. It's still kind of depressing because. Zev's like, I like Stanley and all, but I'm not sexually attracted to him whatsoever, which is weird because I have an increased libido, so I should be. But I like Kai, but
I'm
he's
not
dead.
attracted to men who looked like Popeye if Popeye was a regular person rather than a cartoon.
But that's the thing is, like, again, Stanley, like, this is totally a trap. This is totally going to end up poorly for everyone. And Zev's like, it'll be fine. And what lures him in? Sexy women.
Yep.
And it makes me sad because I'm like, God damn it, that guy better get some kind of action at some point. Because, like, I feel bad.
He gets laid, I think it's before the end of this disc.
And then he probably gets eaten next, or God only knows, or gets, like, a super space STD.
Because if I remember correctly, the next one is Stan's Trial. Then it's either White Trash or Love Grows in White Trash, and he gets laid in one of those.
Good, finally. I'll feel better about life with that.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, but so, I mean, if you've seen this kind of show before, you've seen this kind of show, you know how, like, what was that movie with John Ritter? Stay Tuned?
I love Stay Tuned.
He was like Stay Tuned.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it when I was little.
Lexx does Stay Tuned, that's a perfect description.
Wah.
I love Stay Tuned, it's great.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it updated.
That'd be cool. Yeah, but it would be weird also, because it would be all reality TV, which is basically, like, unheard of back in the day.
Well, yeah, you could do some reality TV, do it like other famous shows. Like they had, like even in
like Big Brother, and
even in the end credits of that film, they had like jokes for other things, like the Fresh Prince of Darkness. You know, Beverly Hills 90666. Sorry, 90666.
That, I mean, I saw it on VHS.
Northern Overexposure. A Jewish doctor goes to Alaska, complains about everything, and dies of exposure.
Because we had a babysitter, and my parents left money, and they said the babysitter, because this was just sitter that could drive. And I was like, taking the family video, I'm going to rent a movie, so I rented Stay Tuned. My mom was like, you shouldn't have seen that, it was rated higher. And I was like, oh well, too bad, it already happened, so sad. Can't unring a bell. Well, what are you going to do? But yeah, so.
Brilliant film, Stay Tuned. Now, in my reviews, if ever you see a bit of static, that is actually the static that is used in Stay Tuned whenever they go to different TV channels. It's,
the more you know.
It's triple length, and it's blown up really, really big, because in the versions it had like black lines and stuff, and I just wanted to take over the whole screen, and it's a different audio sound. I replaced the audio. But that is the flash of used in Stay Tuned.
Better not say that. Now you get a copyright claim on every single one.
Plus, occasionally I have been known to use the clip, it's not the blood I find distressing, it's your lack of subtext.
But yeah, so that was the episode Lafftrack. I mean, if you like that kind of thing, you'll like it. I was like, yeah, I know what's gonna happen.
Again, these guys should work on who? Well, the surviving ones should.
That already happened in Bad Wolf. Ha ha ha, get it? Reality TV show.
Not quite.
See, I always thought that, like, I was
just imagine Capaldi's doctor going through this one and basically like Kai.
Shut up! No one cares! I have eyebrows!
Yeah, just sort of going through, deliberately not doing anything.
That would be pretty awesome.
And like punching them.
I do like seeing Peter Capaldi yell at people. It's strangely satisfying, and I don't know why.
Imagine
I think I have
Clara being an idiot. Okay, actually. Danny in Zev's part. Because he's just, this is like his first go in the TARDIS and he's really excited.
Alright.
And then Clara in the Stan part.
Being like, this is going to end in trouble. Oh, something's intriguing and the plot requires me to follow this piece of...
And then Capaldi in the Kai part. Remove the decapitation and you don't have 790 there. But
whining.
You could totally see this as a remade in Season 8 Doctor Who.
That's true. But again, like I said, it's just so fulfilling to watch Peter Capaldi yell at people. So that's been us. That's been Season 2, episode, what is it, 5?
5, I think.
Episode 5. Join us next time for episode 6. Stan's Trial.
It is Stan's Trial.